the freedom to think of an idea and be able to do it. The freedom to get up and do what you want to do.
You can dream, you can have ideas, you can drift off for a minute with the thought and the potential of it becoming real.
It's about being persistent and following your idea to the end of the earth to make it happen.
Entrepreneurship isn't something which is reserved for just a select few. Anybody can do it.
You have to really believe you can do something. Belief is 90% of the game.
Anybody who does anything in this world, whether it's running a marathon, whether it's starting a business, whether it's going out to do anything that's remotely difficult, I think should have an enormous round of applause from the world.
The girl came into the room. At her entrance, we were just playing about, it was only early days. And she said, "I don't know where to go." And I said, "Well, take your choice. You could either go and sit down or have a look out the window or make a cup of tea or..." She says, "No, I don't feel any of that. I don't feel any of that." I said, "Well, what do you want to do?" She said, "I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do." So I said, "Well, don't do anything then. Just stay exactly where you are." She said, "I can't stay where I am. How can I stay where I am? It's ridiculous. I've come into my own house." So I said, "Well, if it's your own house, which it was, then you are free to do whatever you like." She said, "But I don't know what to do." I said, "For the time being then, just, can I repeat, don't do anything."
What we're trying to do is film more of a process than a performance. But we have the additional blessing of the presence of the author, who in this case happens to be Mr. Pinter, probably the most influential dramatist of the English language in the last 50 years.
But by the way, I must say here that I believe that acting is a very nerve-wracking activity at the best of times, even in a rehearsal room with no observers, just with one bloody director or, God help us, a writer sitting there.
Charles! How nice of you to drop in!
But it's pure hell without any of those elements.
The most exciting way of exploring the heart of the moors is probably by train. There was once a network of railway lines in this area, but most have been closed. Fortunately, the line from Pickering to Gromont survived, after being taken over and restored by the North Yorkshire Moors Historical Railway Trust. The trains take visitors on a journey across 18 miles of stunning countryside, through the beautiful North York Moors National Park. This heritage railway also helps preserve the park by saving around 100,000 car journeys each year. With the attractive stations, excellent rolling stock and many special events, it's been described as the Rolls-Royce of steam railways. Today, the North Yorkshire Moors Railway have organised a war weekend, and we've gone back in time to 1943. Here at Pickering Station, the original 1937 features and fittings have been installed in the bookings and parcels offices, as well as in the tea room. The costumes are fantastic, and there's a great atmosphere. Passengers can experience what rail transport was like in the past. Many special events, exhibitions and displays are planned at the stations along the line. The first stop on the railway is Levisham, which is in the scenic Newtondale Valley. This is an ideal place to stop and do some walking. There's a variety of wildlife and flowers growing close to the station. Any veterans able to show their wartime civilian ID card or service paybook can travel at the 1943 rate of 2 shillings, the equivalent of 10 pence today. We're now passing Newtondale Halt, a walker's request stop with excellent views and beautiful scenery. The next stop is the remote village of Goathland. Today, of course, passengers can enjoy the events of the war weekend. There are plenty of activities taking place around the station. The Home Guard supervises the activities at the station, looking out for possible saboteurs. You can browse through clothing of the period, or chance your arm on the black market. Horses and carts brought produce from the local farms to the station. A commando unit are training nearby, and they'll eat at the Army Field Kitchen. Alternatively, visitors can explore the village, browse in the shops or go for a walk in the local area.
It takes courage to be creative.
My name's Ben and I work here at BBC Bristol on It's Not Easy Being Green. I'd like you to join me this morning as I deliver these tapes to a post-production house just up the road, so come with me. Well, this time last year I was a barman at a pub in London. I was also doing a bit of scaffolding and all sorts of various odd jobs, hoping to try and get a job working for a large media organisation. So fortunately things have worked out a bit better and hopefully my days of scaffolding are over. Well, when I found out I was coming to Bristol, I was very pleased. It's really known for its strengths in factual, documentaries, Radio 4 and of course the world-famous Natural History Unit. I haven't yet managed to meet Sir David Attenborough, of course a hero of mine, but who knows what may happen yet. Still here for a few more weeks. You can be very proud of your work. When it goes out, it feels very much like everything that you've been working towards has hopefully been achieved. Great.
Hi, I'm Becky. I think the best thing about working here at the BBC is just the opportunities that are on offer. There's so much training, so many different areas that you could move into, and it's just a really exciting place to work. Right, it's my turn now and I'm going to introduce you to my producer, Yvonne. What kind of skills and qualities do you need to be a producer?
I would say you need some creativity. You'd also need organisation skills and getting on with people.
The application process for this traineeship was quite daunting really. It was in sort of 4 stages and I think the first stage was a lot of essay answers, which took a lot of time but a lot of perseverance because I knew I really wanted the job.
Hi, I'm Will Smith, one of the production trainees, currently working on Blue Peter, and I'm going to take you through to the office to see what goes down. When I found out my first placement was going to be on Blue Peter, I was quite scared because I didn't think that I'd be that confident with the children. But being here, I kind of like it because making TV for an audience that's not yourself, takes great skill. One of the things I got to do was work on the celebrity appeal messages. I got to go out with a camera and film Beyonce Knowles' little sister Solange and Miley Cyrus. And I remember holding the camera and thinking to myself, wow, I've really landed on my feet.
I'm Ellie, I'm one of the production trainees and I've been put on Desperate Romantics, which is a drama production for BBC Two. I'm on set here at Pinewood Studios and we've recreated the Royal Academy as it would have been in 1852. One of the best things about this placement has meant that I've really got to indulge my creativity because it's a programme about artists. The visual aspects of it are really important and I've got to do lots of sketching and I've dressed some sets, so I've been able to sort of put my visual ideas into practice. It's just really brilliant to see the germ of my original idea brought to life in this amazing set.
A beautiful Sunday morning, the perfect day for a trip to the seaside, in a car. So why are nearly 1,400 people here going to Southend by bike? Well, they're trying to raise money for the Key Issue appeal being run by Notting Hill Housing Trust in conjunction with the Big Issue. We're going to be travelling alongside them in the Mini Moke in a sort of Challenge-Annika way until we get there and then have a big party with the sweaty people who've done a lot of good work. Well, now we've hit traffic, is what we've done. It doesn't seem to affect these cyclists, but I've an awful feeling they may get to Southend long before I do. Very serious cyclists. Well, here we are at stop 3, Hullbridge Sports and Social Club. Now, there's a lot of bikes, not many people. I smell lager. Well, now it's back to sweating in the suburbs, because the countryside's over and we're heading into Southend. The end is in sight, and we look forward to seeing what state those cyclists are in. Well, finally, 60 miles and a lot of pedalling later, we're in Southend at the finish. It may say start over there, but I promise you it's the finish. They just do things differently in Southend.